Okay, guys, it's push day again. Um, the exercise selection today is a bit different, so I'm going to be doing vertical pressing movements and horizontal pulling movements because I'm doing push and pull in one day. So I'm also trying to work on my handstand. So we're training a bit of handstand training today. And oh, by the way, guys, this is the most underrated piece of equipment that you can ever own. A resistance band. But this shit has helped me so much, recovery wise, just warming up, all of it. It's amazing. So let's go warm up my shoulders real quick, and then we get straight into the pushing and the pulling. I couldn't actually, guys, there was a point in time I couldn't actually do this. Like, go all the way around and come back forward. Because, like, my shoulder was so cooked from doing a very stupid exercise. I was doing one arm rows, but like, instead of my arm being like this, it was like this. So all of the weight was just going to my rear delts and like my trap. So like, oh, hold on. Oh yeah, so yeah, I cooked my shoulder. I'll probably talk more about it in the voiceover though. So catch you guys. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of was slacking on the editing. So like, I'm 2 days late, but yeah, we're here now. It's fucking 8 a.m. and I'm recording this before going to school. But yeah, so handstands. I started working on my handstands like a few months ago, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a very different experience. Like, I felt muscles that I didn't know were working inside my body, working, if you know what I'm saying. Even just being upside down, even with the wall supporting you, is just like it feels very weird, like compared to just doing like an overhead press with weights and holding the weight like overhead and stuff. But yeah, you're pretty much putting all your body weight on your arms, and you have to balance as well, and you have to be strong enough to handle your body weight pretty much. Sorry guys, it's morning, and every time I forget to record a voiceover when I actually record the video, I always forget what I was gonna say. So I'm gonna try my best to be recording the voiceovers the same day. But yeah, so I just did this. I did like 3 sets of these. It's just isometric holds for like 30 seconds or however many seconds you could do it. When I first started, I like was only able to do it for like 10, 20 seconds. Peasant numbers, but as I got used to it over time and I started getting more comfortable being in that position, because it's very disorienting actually being upside down like for long periods of time. But when you do it uh, long enough, over a long enough period of time, you'll get better at it, and like you gain the confidence actually to be in that position and actually progress to the handstand. But anyway, our first working set was pike push-ups. Now, I've been doing pike push-ups consistently over the years. It's the only exercise actually that when I did even decide to do a bit of calisthenics, even when I was focusing more on weights, I always kept the pike push-up there. And it has taken me quite a while to be able to do the amount of reps that I'm able to do with pike push-ups. And it's basically working the upper body muscles, specifically your chest and your shoulders. And of course, tighten that core for that stability. And you know what I'm saying. Then we did some horizontal pulling, because I believe training this is actually what got me to be able to do more reps consistently. Sometimes you might look at an exercise and be like, that looks like it's for beginners, or it doesn't look like it's effective. Guys, I promise you, the small intricacies or the small things that you pay attention to is what's gonna boost your like skills or whatever it is that you're trying to focus on. This is skill development that I'm working on. So these horizontal, or let's say what's the best way to describe this? Yeah, so I did this with weights on the back as well, of course, to make it harder. And guys, I'm gonna say again, like 5 kgs is gonna humble you when you first start doing weighted calisthenics. You know, at first I thought like, yeah, I could like put like 30 kgs or 40 kgs on my back and just like rep it out, but it's a completely different, like it's a completely different feeling from just lifting weights. You just have to try it yourself, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But sorry, the best thing about this exercise was it's easy for you to like train to failure with it, especially if you're not good with like pull-ups yet. I think you should spend more time doing those. And then I did another set of pike push-ups. Obviously, I'm not doing these with weights because that shit is just gonna slam down on the back of my head and like send me to the ICU. So until maybe I get a weighted vest or a smarter way of attaching the weight to my body, then I can add it to like these push-ups. Pike push-ups, again, I said shoulders and chest. And it's basically like doing the military press, but with your body weight. And it is significantly harder to do the heavier you are, because especially if you're not doing calisthenics consistently, it's got, bro, one day you're able to do like 10, 20, okay, no, 10's an average number, let's say like 17, 18 pull-ups, and then tomorrow you wake up, or the next time you do pull-ups, it's like you're only able to do like 10. So it's like, yo, it's very sometimes it can be very discouraging, but you gotta push through, man. So as you can see from the form, like I'm still focusing on getting my chin over the bar because I want my arms as close to my body as possible, because that's what's gonna stimulate my lats the most. I see like guys also doing like the chest to bar thing, but like I just try and get my chin over because it helps me keep my elbows closer to my body when I do it that way. And then I have my trusty this is basically a pike push-up, but in the diamond push-up grip. And the reason I'm doing this is because, guy, I don't know, I just really feel this in my chest. Like, I'm gonna progress to where the range of motion is deeper, like where it's actually gonna almost mimic the pike push-ups that I do. But I'm working my way towards that because, guys, I'm not trying to get injured at this earlier stage in the journey. Okay, so because I don't have any dumbbells, I came up with a genius idea of using, and this is why I keep saying, like, bro, resistance bands might be the most goated purchase you can make. You can use them for pretty much anything. So I basically put the resistance band through the little weights that I had left that were not stolen. And this is about like 10 kg that I have. But compared to like using the dumbbell, it feels like a bit more intense because you're able to maintain like tension throughout the whole lift, because I also don't want the weights like bouncing around on the resistance band. So I have to actually be very mindful of that, and it causes the exercise to get a bit harder because it's not a stable like setup really, but it gets the job done. Actually, I was surprised how fewer reps I was able to do with the resistance band compared to like the dumbbell. Even though on the dumbbells I would go heavier, this just felt a lot more intentional than the dumbbells. I don't know how else to put it, but yeah, the dumbbell work is a must, guys, for arms, or at least if you can set up this, then yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I focus like at the top. I like to like turn my wrist outwards away from my body to sort of just add that extra at the end of the contraction, And then you just like slowly control the weight as it goes down. And yeah, basically it's doing a dumbbell curl, but with resistance bands and a few weights. Yeah, so I did like 2 sets, 3 sets actually. I don't record all the sets back to back because like it's gonna get like a bit repetitive and boring. But yeah, I already explained why I'm doing this, but I just showing you from a different angle how I actually try to describe what I'm doing. So you're basically leaning into the push up. You're not just like going straight up and down. You're leaning into it, so it like forces a deeper range of motion into my chest, and I feel this like in the middle of my chest, like in the middle and under my chest, because it maintains the tension in my chest very well. This exercise, especially with the 5 kgs on my back, it just feels like I'm literally fucking doing some type of bench exercise. Also, my triceps are on fire when I do this because as I showed you, it's the diamond grip, so it's gonna involve your triceps a lot. So yeah, so it's a plus. You're working on your triceps and your chest as well. And then I did another set of these. Now the thing is, guys, I realized this is not too different from like doing this on a machine, because I feel like the whole resistance band thing makes you maintain the tension throughout the lift, as I was saying. But at the same time, I don't think you can go that heavy with like the resistance band doing this, because obviously you're working with counter force and shit. Okay, guys, I kind of lost my train of thought there. But these exercises I'm doing, I'm pretty much gonna do them for 8 weeks, right? So I'm gonna track how much progress I'm making in the 8 weeks with these exercises before I switch to doing others. Because I feel like one of the reasons why your physique is not like as good as it could be is because of not really exercise selection, but consistency, and actually having a plan as to how you're going to progress in those specific exercises. I think that's more important than like doing all the crazy optimized science-based exercises that you see. Because guys, if you don't do an exercise long enough, you are not going to be able to get good enough at it to see the results that you actually want to see. So having said that, just prepare to see me doing the same exercises for the next 8 weeks. Well, this is already week 1 done at the time of me recording this voiceover, that is. So, and I'm feeling good. So I'm just gonna sit down and like focus on these next 8 weeks and seeing how I can, make these exercises a bit better over time. And yeah, that's the upper day